Good to get started. So, hello everybody. I know it's been a minute, but I'm here. I'm back. And it took literal weeks. It took literal weeks. It took the Pro Tour happening. It took grinding the Moto ladder over and over and over and over and over again. But I think I got a decent Blue Moon list now. So, this list is the list I've been grinding the ladder with. It is just Blue Moon from like the last season, except it's got a bunch of interesting new cards that really bring the archetype over the top. And I think this deck is incredibly well positioned right now. Your only like truly bad matchup are the grindy energy decks with Flage, and everything else you're either like ahead or even. Even Dredge, because we got like four consigned to memory, we have like a somewhat decent game plan against them. Energy is like really, really hard, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty good about this deck, all things considered. But enough about how it's positioned. Let's get into what Blue Moon is and what new cards that actually got. So, Blue Moon is a blue red based control deck that works with Snapcaster mages to gain incremental value in the mid to late game, and land denial effects, specifically Blood Moon, but in this deck, Harbinger of the Seas, to give yourself free wins against greedy decks with mana bases that just aren't running a lot of basics, which is a lot of decks right now, honestly. Um, Even the monocolor decks, I've mooned people out with Harbinger of the Seas when they're playing like the mono black Necrodominance deck, just because they run so few basics. I played against Aspiring Spike a couple of days ago. He was on like a mono white brew with some of the Assassin's Creed cards, and he just like didn't have enough planes to like. I think he had like I think I saw maybe like three planes over the course of our set. Um, Harbinger is just really, really good right now. Blood Moon effects are really strong right now. And it's a wizard, which helps you get advantage with Flame of Anor. This card's really good. It's just Electrolyze on steroids. If you have a wizard, you can choose two modes instead of just one, and the modes are basically relevant at any stage in the game. You got target player draws two cards, destroy target artifact, or deal 5 damage to target creature. This card is just exceptional. You can potentially 3 for 1 your opponent if you're lucky enough to have a wizard on the field, which, granted, it is hard to get creatures to stick in this meta just because there's so much good interaction floating around between Galvanic Discharge, Flage, Orcish Bowmasters, killing your Snapcaster mages, stuff like that. But there are a lot of decks that just don't run removal. Stuff like Storm, stuff like Nadu, which granted I haven't played against a lot lately just because it's not really on the ladder. I think because everybody knows it's going to get banned. But if you can get one of your wizards to stick, very, very powerful 2 for 1 card. And speaking of wizards, the new automatic 4 of in the deck, Tameo Inquisitive Student. Whenever she attacks, you investigate, and whenever you draw your third card in a turn, you can flip her, and she basically becomes a better version of Jace Architect of Thought, with an ultimate that draws you half your deck. So, what makes Tameo really, really good is that she's a must-kill threat like Ragavan, but because she has evasion, you can pretty safely attack with her consistently. And then one of the areas that Blue Moon really, really struggles with is in the late game when you're just top decking lands, when you really need to be top decking interaction. Tameo's clues are kicking around even if she's not anymore, being like, hey, you can just pop me and just draw a new card, and it will statistically just draw you closer to your interaction, even if it doesn't draw you your interaction yourself. If you fetch early and often enough, it eventually becomes a mathematic impossibility for you to not draw interaction. And that's kind of like how I typically play this deck. I expect to draw at least 30 cards over the course of a game Um, which means that if you just fetch enough, eventually your deck will have no choice but to like give you stuff like Counterspell, Flame of Anor, Snapcaster Mage. And like with the exception of Harbinger and Tameo and like our one of Lauren revealed in Murktide, basically everything in this deck is interaction or something to draw you closer to interaction, right? So really if you my heuristic is if you draw enough cards it just becomes impossible to lose, right? It's kind of like what the Wondering gamers are doing right now is they're like, well, I can't lose if I just draw like half my deck each game, right? Which there's a truth to that. Eventually you will just draw more interaction than your opponents have threats, and that's when you as the control deck can really really take over. Tameo, probably not as powerful in the One Ring, but we're much lower to the ground than the Jeskai control decks. So our card advantage engine gets to start like a lot earlier. And if they don't have removal, Tameo can easily just take over the game. Um, one last new card, two last new cards actually. Two of Invert Polarity. I think this card is very, very good. Um, what Invert Polarity does is for 3 mana, so cancel mana, essentially, you can choose target spell, flip a coin, and if you win the flip, you gain control of that spell, and you may choose new targets for it. If you lose the flip, you simply counter it. So this gives you an edge against uncounterable stuff like Cavern of Souls, obviously, because your now useless counterspell has a 50% chance to steal the spell, which is obviously way better than countering it in most situations. Against stuff like Living End, it's obviously not as good, but against any of the bomb cards that are running around, like Teferi, the One Ring, an Escaped Flage, Invert Polarity is really good. I only have it as a 2 of because as powerful as this effect is, stealing your opponent's Ocelot Pride or Lightning Bolt or even Amped Raptor because you don't get to cascade into anything is not as good. Typically, you want to counter something 3 mana or higher, so it's good against the mid range and the aggro decks, but not so much good against the lower curve decks, so you typically don't want to run too many of these. Hello, Ampharia. Good to see you again. Good to have you back, because I believe you were part of the old streams as well, because your name seems familiar. But yes, Invert Polarity, very, very good card. We also got probably the best sideboard card Blue Moon's had in a long time. Yes, it's good to see you again as well. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of me in the future because I plan on streaming more. Consigned to Memory, very good. What this card does is it counters target triggered ability or colorless spell. So this is exceptionally good against the Eldrazi decks, of course, because you can counter Ulamog and the Ulamog trigger. But what this card is also very good against is not just the One Ring, but Evoke Elemental triggers. Dredge. All their annoying, haha, you can't counter me because it's based in the graveyard and Creeping Chill is a trigger. No, you can just stifle that now for 1 mana. And if multiple triggers go on the stack, you can stifle all of them if you have enough mana. This card is exceptionally well designed. It gives us a way to deal with previously uncounterable things, which is awesome because I don't want to be playing an interactive deck if our opponents are just going to be like, haha, trigger, can't do anything about that counter spell deck. Now we actually have a shot against those decks, which is awesome. It feels like justice. I'm glad they're giving the blue decks some more ways to interact with previously uninteractable stuff. It isn't quite Stifle, but I think that it does enough to like mimic Stifle where it is worth running this in the sideboard. I've considered Tail's End as well, just as a way to counter the One Ring, Teferi, Flage, stuff like that. But, for now, I think Consigned to Memory as a 4 of is pretty good. Ooh, that's rough. Even if you lose the flips with invert polarity though, Amphoria, it's still pretty good. Thank you, Hannah. Yes, Hannah, of course, is my biggest fan because she is my wife. I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, that's Blue Moon for the modern age in Modern Horizons 3. Let's mosey on over to League. Trying to steal a flage. Yeah, that's rough. When you can steal that flage, it's really satisfying, and when you can't, it's feels bad. Um, although countering the flage, if they're like low on mana and they're just like spending their turn like casting the flage like over and over again, as long as you got stuff on the board, that can be a pretty reliable way to win. Um, I've had a great time subtleting my opponent's flages. You still want a way to kind of permanently deal with it, and winning the invert polarity flip can help with that. But you do have options if they just don't have like a million mana. So yeah, let's just jump in there, see if we can get trophy number 12. Currently, we're second on the leaderboard. Um, with Sandal not too far behind. I kind of want to just add more of a buffer between us. I'm not really trying to do like the trophy race um this season just because I honestly have too much going on in my life with working on Siren's Call and my new day job, and just doing stuff with Hannah. But if Blue Moon's gonna push me this far up on the leaderboard, I definitely will not fight it. I was playing Jeskai Control for a little bit, and I still think that deck is very good. I just think that it doesn't really have any in-step pressure. Most of your game-winning plays, you're done at sorcery speed, which kind of makes you a little face-up. I was playing against Respect the Cat during the last chance qualifier, and they were just like jamming Teferis and One Rings into my counter magic. And eventually they did stick one, so it's a valid strategy in a lot of cases, but like that's kind of my problem with Jeskai currently. Not that's bad, it's just I don't really like feeling like, oh man, I'm gonna jam this and hope that it, works. Not really my thing. Hmm. Okay, so we're on the draw. We have a Tameo. Our opponent doesn't have a companion. So that tells me they're Jeskai. More likely than not, because the energy decks run Jangotha. We could keep the one lander. The reason I'm not going to is because there's a chance our discharge isn't going to be good. And even if it is, we can't get a dual land with this Vista. Yes, the stream definitely... I'm going to post it to YouTube later. Don't you worry. We can only get Island or Mountain with this. And we're probably getting Island so that we can get Counterspell. And I think 2 Tammys just isn't good. We can do better than this. I will keep this, and I'll send a Lightning Bolt to the bottom. Because you never know if Lightning Bolt's going to be good. Okay, they're thought seizing us. Taking a look. Yeah, no, you go get some sleep. It will definitely be on YouTube later. You have a good rest of the night. Okay. Taking a look. They take Lightning Bolt. That makes sense. Okay. If they don't play anything next turn, I'm just going to assume it's Orcish Bowmasters. Which means I'm not going to crack the fetch. Or they're going to Thoughtseize again. Okay. Taking this, gonna play Ragavan, I assume? Stalactite Stalker. Okay. So they are descending from the looks of it. This will grow. And this will get very annoying. I do think, as bad as it feels, I do need to subtlety this. And they put Stalactite Stalker on top. Okay, so this game, not going great for us. Mulliganing and then getting double Thoughtseized is rough. It's going okay. Thank you so much for asking, Teo. I had somewhat of a rough day. Some stuff, family stuff that I don't want to talk about too much, but streaming a little bit to feel better. Okay, so there goes Stalactite Stalker. Let's see if they play a 2-drop here. There's Inti. Okay, so we really need to draw land so that we can Flame of Anor. That is a land, but it is not quite the land we wanted. And I will bottom the Force. Thank you so much. It should be better now. It's just, yeah, wasn't good. Okay, they're going to Street Wraith here. They're going to go to 9. Probably discarding a card with... Let's see. Wow, that just straight up draws them too. Thank you so much for the follow, Teo. I appreciate that. Okay, they are at 9, which means it's not impossible for us to win here. This NT might just run away with the game, though. They got 1 card in hand. They're going to Lightning Bolt us here, effectively bringing us down to 13. Yep. So is their last card like a Fatal Push? No, it's Death Shadow. Boo! Okay. Well, that's really rough. What can we do here? I think what we need to do is we just wait for them to fetch, and then we'll Flame of Anor, Death Shadow, yeah. And then hope we draw something to deal with Inti, which will likely not happen. Because they can always just discard a card with Inti to bring it out of Lightning Bolt range. We would need to draw exactly another Flame of Anor, and for them to not have anything. Which I don't foresee that happening. They discard Thoughtseize, which is probably smart. Hopefully they exile like a land or something here. They did. Great. Okay. If we draw Flame of Anor, we could still win here. Because they're kind of running out of gas, and notably they don't have a companion. But typically these red Thoughtseize based decks are really bad for us, so not exactly holding my breath here. They'll go to 5 here if they discard. And they're at 7. I don't think we can race with the Harbinger, and that also turns off my red sources, which is not where we want to be, because our only real out at this point is Flame of Anor. But, you know, we did okay on a mulligan to 6, all things considered. They don't discard. They don't discard. That tells me they have, like, Fatal Push or something. Or maybe they have a Death Shadow. They have Grief. Okay. Well, Flame of Anor is still a very good draw. We can Tameo, swing. You know, it really is just that easy, boys and girls. It really is just that easy. Okay, so now, because Tameo's a wizard, we'll draw 2, kill Inti, and now they're in top deck mode, which, granted, they could top deck Lightning Bolt. That is a thing that they could do. But if they don't draw Absolute Gas at this point, I think we got him. And I need to be very careful about cracking this fetch land here. Because we're at 5. Oh yeah, don't worry, Teo. This is what I do other than making visual novels. Making visual novels is definitely my passion. Okay, they drew Lightning Bolt in it, because otherwise they wouldn't have wanted to put us to 3. Oh, it's Death Shadow. Okay. That's really bad. That's very, very not good. We can get a mountain. And get back Lightning Bolt. Play this to chump block. And Death Shadow, very, very good draw from them, because now that's got 6 toughness, there's nothing we can play that will actually kill it. Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, I'm being attacked by both of these. Gonna block there. Gonna Lightning Bolt the Grief. Hopefully they didn't draw anything super good here. We need at least 1 turn to catch our breath. Not doing bad for a mulligan to 6, though. Okay, there's Inti. Inti will kill us next turn. Okay. We can draw exactly Snapcaster Mage off this clue to Lightning Bolt the Inti. And we lose. Lose game 1. But that's fine. Can't be helped. They just drew very, very well, and we had to mulligan a whole bunch. Okay. Against what I assume is just black-red good stuff, which is really how this feels. I'm gonna take out the Force of Negation just because I feel like it's not worth us 2 for 1-ing ourselves. Bring in the Spell Snares, because between NT and, I assume, Orcish Bowmasters, they probably have a lot of 2-drops. And Death Shadow seems good to steal, but I still think Invert Polarity is probably not the best. Probably not the best to have. I don't want to bring in Dress Down against them, because if anything, they prefer that because of their Death Shadows. Okay, hopefully we don't need to mulligan here. Hand's great. We got 3 lands, a Tamiyo, some interaction. Granted, our interaction doesn't come online until turn 3, but, you know, we have 2 draw steps until then. Who's to say we can't draw, like, a counter spell or something like that? This Tamiyo is probably not long for this world, but if she lives, we take over the game. Still, our opponent's playing black-red, good stuff, so there's no way they don't have, like, a Fatal Push, or a Galvanic Discharge, or a Lightning Bolt. Hey there, Zach. Good to see you again. We will definitely try our darndest. Ooh, okay, so they're gonna grief scam us. Which doesn't hurt as much as it normally would. Just because that means if they grief scam us, then they're not killing Tamiyo. Which is awesome, honestly. So they're probably taking Invert Polarity and Flame of Anor. Ideally, they don't have another land drop. Like, hopefully they just... A lot of grief scam players do this. They just keep a one-lander and hope that Double Thought Seizing will be enough. I am going to swing with Tamiyo. And Lightning Bolt the grief. Because thankfully we were lucky enough to actually draw the Lightning Bolt. Yeah. Better lucky than good. That's what I always say. And it's also why I don't run less than 7 pieces of 1 mana removal. Because grief scam, still very prevalent in the format. And now they really have to kill Tamiyo. Because if we get in 2 attacks with Tamiyo, it's going to be very bad for them. Okay, they dismember. Turn off auto yields. And they surgical Tamiyo. Wow, that is some hate. But that also tells me that they're stuck on 1 land. They could just go, like, shock land here, play a Death Shadow, which would be sad. But that tells me they're like, yeah, I swear, grief scam. It's like, I'll draw my 2nd land. Doesn't draw 2nd land. How could this have happened? Yeah. It was definitely a play. I think it's wise for me to crack this clue now. I'm gonna get my mountain. I'm gonna crack the clue now. That makes me weaker to Thoughtseize, but better against Bowmasters. Okay. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. Got nowhere to run. We get priority, so we'll kill this monkey. And we still have a Surveil coming up as well. Okay. See, this is where Blue Moon starts to struggle, is just flooding out in the late game. It's why we really needed Tamiyo, pardon me, to live. Because Screw always beats Flood. Like it just does. Gonna kill this monkey. Oh, wow, they just concede. Which is fair. We would have, yeah, we were drawing all gas going forward. Yes, yes, I do know, Teo. I recognize your name, and I do appreciate you asking about the Italian translation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were gonna bury them for sure. They shouldn't have kept a one-lander. Like, these grief scam players, I swear. They're like, I'll draw my 2nd land eventually. Doesn't. This hand's so good. We don't... I wish, like, this Snapcaster Mage was a preordain, but assuming we draw our third land, we should be fine. So what's new? Well, we fixed a lot of typos with Siren's Call yesterday because not yesterday, but 2 days ago, because somebody who is reviewing the game for a magazine, I won't say which magazine, um, but they contacted me and were like, hey, I found some typos and some bugs. So we spent around 6 hours working together fixing those. And I updated the private beta version with those fixes. And that felt really good. I always forget how good Siren's Call is until I like get back into the guts of things and like see how much like has actually gotten done. Like when I have those like really intensive working sessions, it feels awesome and super it just fills me with purpose, I guess is the easiest way for me to put it. I have like a renewed sense of purpose when I do that. Ooh, Void Walker. I'm gonna Spell Snare that just because I really want Lightning Bolt in the graveyard. So, pretty productive day for the game that day. I'm still having a hard time marketing it, just because, like, I'm not good with marketing at all. But other than the translations and the music, I feel like things are basically done at this point. Yeah, I love DDLC. DDLC somewhat inspired it. It's mostly inspired by, like, Persona and Higurashi. Um, specifically Persona 4, but I love Dan Salvato and his works. Like, I literally got my Sayori figure 2 days ago, and she stays on my desk to uh, keep me stable emotionally, more or less. Help push away the sad thoughts. So I'm a big fan of DDLC. I think it's one of the most important visual novels ever made. It did a lot for bringing VNs into the mainstream, which is incredible, honestly. And Dan actually finally got to GDQ with his Yoshi Story speedruns, which just honestly makes me so happy because he has been trying to get to GDQ for a while. Yeah, that's what I think too, Zach. They could have like a lightning bolt, which is considering they didn't like resurrect their Ragavan there. I feel like they just have a bolt. Or maybe like a fatal push. Probably a lightning bolt. They already showed me one bolt by surveilling it away. Ooh, black mana. So Dismember, most likely. But it's fine. We're okay with that dying. Because we want more stuff in the graveyard for this Murktide. Yeah, I think we still go for it. We jam there, make them have it. If I didn't have the subtleties, I might be a little bit more worried about jamming there. But I think with the subtleties, it's good. And we definitely should. Because now, if they have a threat, yeah, they're probably playing a Death Shadow here. Detective's Phoenix. Okay, that's... Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna subtlety that, I'm pretty sure. Just because I want more stuff in the yard for this Murktide. I want to leave the Lightning Bolt in there as well. Ooh. Although we could cast Counterspell. Let's see, if they Dismember, they go to 7. Right? If they Dismember, they go to 7. And then we bolt them and they're at 4. Yeah, we can't really Can't really do much there. I'm gonna hold up Counterspell, wait a little bit longer for the Murktide. Um, there's Inti, that's fine. I'm not worried about Inti. Okay, let's get this removal out of their hand. Like, straight up. If they have Surgical, this could be a problem. Because then our Murktide's smaller as well. And they showed us Surgical last game. Hopefully they just got like a Lightning Bolt or something, though. Yep. Okay, that's more or less what I was afraid of. Let's see. When they discard a... When you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a 1/1 counter. Okay, so they can't make this bigger. Okay. So... This is an issue. We could still draw Discharge, dude. We're so good at this game. We're so good at this game. Now they need their last card to be Dismember. Because we can race a Murktide here. And they just scoop it up. Kick out the jams! Yeah! Kick out the jams! I gotta kick them out! Love that song. First time I heard that song, I think it was Guitar Hero 4. That series did so much to introduce Tiny Jacob to, like, legitimately good music. That felt good. I feel like we played that really, really tight. The Grief Thoughtseize decks can sometimes be an issue. Subtlety helps so much against those decks, because, like, they go to Grief Scam and you Subtlety them, and it's like, okay, low resource game, but you're the one who kept a one-lander, and I'm not. And most of the time that ends up working out for us, especially if we have, like, Tamiyo. So... Nope, sometimes those matches can be a problem. That felt really clean, though. I feel like we played that one excellently. Then again, we did get very lucky top decking that Galvanic Discharge after they surgicaled our Lightning Bolts. I don't think Inti would have done much. I think we could have raced Inti. Maybe Inti makes, like, their card quality a little bit better. But yeah, very, very, very much like how we played that. Let's see, we're on the draw, and we have a one-lander, but we have both Preordain and a bunch of pitch spells, and Tamiyo. I'm gonna keep. I'll keep the one-landers if we have Preordain. Any other cantrip, I wouldn't. But Preordain, it's just that good. Okay, we'll start with Steam Vents. Hopefully 2 lands on top. Okay, we'll bottom Flame of Anor. We'll take the island. 1 fetch land, and we're cooking. Arid Mesa into no companion tells me this is... Oh, Jetmir's Garden. I thought it was blue-white control. I was wrong. Okay, what are you going for here? Renin 6? Okay, you get forced. And I'm gonna pitch 1 subtlety there. Okay. Lightning Bolt, Not good against 4-color slop. And we kind of need Tamio to live here so that we can get a clue to offset the card disadvantage of pitching. Alas, she dies. Okay. Need a land here so that we can preordain. Yep. Well, that went bad. That went very, very badly for us. Could be creativity. That's what I'm thinking as well. Yeah, they have all the mountains. Okay, there's preordain. Maybe these lightning bolts will actually be good then. Spell snare, no thank you. Not all hope is lost. Creativity kind of gets low on their life anyway. Deduce. Okay, this is definitely creativity. Oh, where are you living, Teo? I'm currently in Florida. It's like 90, 95 degrees here, so I definitely feel ya. Let's see. They might be afraid to counterspell and just not go for it here. Okay, they're starting to kind of bury us in card advantage, which is not fun, but somewhat getting there. At least we're at 3 mana, so we can snap back preordain. Yep. Which, I'm just going to do this now, because I feel like these bolts aren't doing anything. We've already used our 1 Force of Negation that's in the deck, so we do have to go shields down here, which is sad. But hopefully they crack the clue token. Oof. Okay, completely shields down here. I could have kept digging to try and find a mountain, but I think it's better just to hit our 4th land drop and just hope they don't have it. After cracking this clue token, they're not cracking the clue. Okay, they get to Fable, though, so game 1 probably losing here, unless they just literally don't have it. Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you for joining us from Italy. I appreciate that. Okay, we're getting creativity here, aren't we? No? Oh my word. Okay, so let's do some fun math here then. They're at 14, and we got 9 points of burn, which means we need to deal 5 damage total to win the game, more or less, assuming that we get that far. I think I will swing with Snapcaster Mage, just to get some of the They take it? Why? Why would you do that? Oh my, okay. They just... I'm gonna try and steal their Brain Surge here. Which I did. I will draw 4. Put back Discharge and Land. Wow. Okay. That was... I mean, we still need to, like, fade them just hard casting something here. Yeah, we might be okay. They might just be at the point where they can hard cast stuff, though. Still, we do have this subtlety. It's not the end of the world. Oh my gosh. Dude, invert polarity is just the coolest kind of sickness. You know what I mean? We stole their draw 4. And they just take it. Beauteous. Yeah, they're trying to race us here. I don't think this ends the way you want it to, friend. If they fetch a single time, they're donezo. Oh boy, a spam bot. Let's go try and... I really need to have just Twitch open all the time so I can kill these spam bots. Oh my gosh. Hang on, everybody. Cheap viewers, how about you leave? Ban. I don't need viewers. I do this for fun now. Yeah, I definitely gotta mod you. Let's see if I can mod you. Let's see. Mod. There you go. Thank you, Zach. Okay, what are they doing here? Another Fable. I don't really care if they have another Fable. Snapcaster Mage targeting Bolt. If we draw a fetch land, you die. Yeah, serious. Pyroclasm would be so good here. Let's see if they realize what's happening. Let's see if they realize that they're gonna die. Surely. Oh no, wait, they can... yeah, they can... They can tap, one of the reflections. Yeah, okay. Let's see, they can... Yeah. Okay, so they're... I know what I need to do. I'm just having a hard time, like, articulating it, right? So, what I need to do is they can reflection a Kiki Jiki to create some chump blockers, right? At the end of turn. They can do that, like, at the end of turn to, like, bring their dudes. Yeah. Oh! I didn't mean to skip through my attack step. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. That was a mistake. Oh, bother. That was a huge mistake. I meant to attack, and if they wanted to do like Kiki Jiki stuff, they would have had to do it there. Okay, let's see. Mana Tithe? Excuse me? Well, now we know Mana Tithe's in their deck, which is really funny. Okay, we really need them to just take one more pip of damage here. This feels like a mistake. They have one blocker. If they do this, they have one blocker. No, now they got two. Okay. They get some dudes. We have to be a bit concerned about our life total here. But we're still not in, like, super deadly range. I think I'm fine going to 8. We'll bolt them here. Yeah, Mana Tithe, I totally get it. Especially if you can't get, like, the double blue for, like, honest-to-God counterspell. Okay, there's Flame. Is this treasure from Tamiyo going to matter? I don't think it will. I don't think we're at the point where we're cracking treasures. And I don't want to commit to attacks until I see what they're doing. There's Reprieve. Do they have a final Mana Tithe in their hand? Let's see. Let's see. What do you got? If we draw a fetch land, we win. That counts. We'll uptick Tamiyo. Yeah, no, I agree. Based on everything I've learned about creativity watching you, double blue just doesn't seem possible. Okay. Gonna get our mountain. I don't see any reason not to just bolt here. Whew! Okay, other than missing that attack, I think we played really well. Did they see a Magus? I don't think they did. Let's think. They have 2 drops. They have Ren and 6. They got Reprieve. And I have a mosquito in my bedroom, which is super frustrating. But we definitely want these Spell Snares. Spell Snare seems very good. Do I bring in Pyroclasm? I don't know. I don't think I do. It did look really good on that board. And maybe it's just good against Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They don't run a lot of creatures. And I know I want these forces. Let's see. Lightning Bolt was awesome there. Can't imagine going down on Bolt. What I do think I do want to do is cut a Tamiyo and cut one Flame of Anor. Just because there aren't super good targets. And I'll bring in the Pyroclasms just in case they go, like, really, really crazy with Fable of the Mirror Breaker, like they did there. And I think I'm down to have one more Mystical Dispute over a single preordain. Preordain's really, really good on the play. On the draw where we get that extra card, not so much. These lightning bolts, I don't want to draw them in the early game. I want to draw them in the late game when my opponent is low on health. This hand is very good. Except it's not going to be super good at just like getting a ton of dudes into play really quick, or like getting stuff in our graveyard, so I will bottom the Murktide. Now, Wrenn 6 is a problem. So if I find a Subtlety or a Spell Snare, I will be very happy. In this case, I guess it has to be Subtlety or Force. I forgot. Yeah. This is why we have them. And now we get to force Wrenn 6 if they play it, which they don't. Huzzah. Yeah. I feel like if they don't know about Harbinger, which, you know, honestly, real talk, I feel like the reason I've been doing so well in the trophy race is because WotC hasn't been publishing data. You would not believe how many times back when I was like grinding, I'd like boot up, I'd join someone in a game, it would take them 2 minutes before the match started, and then miraculously they would somehow play perfectly around my Blood Moon. So the fact that my data is not showing up makes it so I've been getting people with Blood Moon a lot more. And I don't know if that's gonna continue once data starts being published from leagues again. I don't think it will. And that's okay. That's okay. Totally fine with that. I don't think I jam here. I think I wait, because they're gonna deduce here. And I'm gonna convert this Mystical Dispute while I can. Because I feel like it's only going to get worse for us the deeper we go in. Goodbye, everybody. I think they are dead. Nikachu says, run your basic mountain so you don't get caught by Harbinger of the Seas. And Nikachu's a pretty fucking good Magic player, so I'm gonna listen to him. Basic Mountain has been an all-star for me. Oh man, that felt good. You know, I wasn't running a Basic Mountain until Nikachu won the NRG series, and I watched his interview, and I'm like, you know what? I think Friend's on to something. Yeah, this card is so much better than Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon. I know people will be like, oh, but it's like Magus, they can kill it. It's like, in their mono blue deck? Like, come on now. It's so much better. Look at all the... We have access to all this blue mana now. Under Blood Moon, I'd have to be, like, very careful with, like, how I played the game. Now, I can just, like, okay, beat you to death with this 2/2. And that's another thing. You can't beat people to death with a Blood Moon. Blood Moon doesn't turn on your Flame of Venors. This card's awesome. I didn't even buy the foils. I just drafted so much that I ended up getting, like, 2 of these passed to me over the course of the week. I don't even think I cast the Lauren Revealed. There's no point. I want to tap out. Keep them shields up. One of the cards we would have drawn off Lauren Revealed would have been a land anyway, right? So here you are, opponent. You and me and one little fishy friend. Yeah, if this was just a Blood Moon, we'd be so much worse off. They'd still be able to cast their Fables, like... Not really a lot of mono blue decks in the format, you know? Lots of red-based decks. But you need removal to be good in Modern, right? And if you're mono blue, can't really run removal. So there's not a lot of decks that legitimately can work in this situation. Jeskai controls one of them. Peace Bomb, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's like that Junji Ito story. It's like, this card was made for me. This hole was made for me. It's a perfectly Jacob-shaped card. Not real talk, they probably made this card for Nikachu, but still. I get benefits from it too. Fun and interactive magic. Oh, friend. Modern's never been more interactive. Your mana base is just greedy. Opponent wrote that in chat. Like, well, I didn't make you register a 5-color mana base. Are these the consequences of my actions? See, I interacted with your life total. 2-0. Love to see it. Haven't seen creativity in a hot minute, which makes me sad. I love that deck. But it's the way of new Modern, right? Why do I feel like this is a pro? I feel like this is probably a professional player. Let's see. Do I keep the 1-land 3 Tamiyo hand? Well, it does have a preordain. Oh, I hope Tamiyo's good at this matchup, because if she's not... Oh, wait. We are not on the play. I thought we were on the play. Whoops. Never mind. Land? Okay, never mind. We drew a force. See, we're fine. We can make use of all these extra Tamiyos. Watch as I stumble and bumble my way through this league. Oh, it's living end. PU. Oh, man. Delighted. Oh, it's not living in. It's Nadu. Let's go. Good matchup. Let's go. It's Nadu. Okay. As long as we hit another land, we can take care of the Nadu next turn. Yeah, I think so. I think they're playing Nadu. We got very lucky drawing the Steam Vents there. Because now we can use this preordain to find another land. I was so worried. I thought it was Living End. I was about to have a hissy fit. And like, oh, it's just the best deck in the format, air quotes. Granted, Nadu is very good if you're not running interaction at all. Like, if you just don't interact with your opponent, then yeah, Nadu's great, but like... Okay, let's think. What are we actually gonna do next turn? Yeah, oh yeah, no, for sure. I get it. People love their broken combo decks, but it's like, golly, how do I beat this combo deck? Maybe I just kill and counter their stuff. Ah, that's impossible. Because, like, even now, it's like, yeah, you got Nantukos, and you could, like, theoretically beat down with those. But you could also just kill this, and then you just deal with 1/1s. You're fine. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay. Kill, Spring Heart, and Tuco. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, I'm of course speaking from a biased perspective as well, right? I was actually talking with my roommate about this. And I'm like, man, why don't more people just play blue red if they're worried about Nadu? And they're like, Jacob, it could just be that you're good with this deck. And like people were playing Jeskai, and I'm certain Jeskai has a good Nadu matchup. Okay, they're not attacking here, right? Because they're gonna Cord. Oh my gosh. Okay. So they don't have Cord. And they don't have Nadu either. Let's go. There's Flame of Anor. Okay. And we drew the subtlety. Gosh, it's just like it's just I really hope we actually beat Nadu here, so like I just hope we do. There's always a chance we don't. Cause if there's one thing I love, it's like eating my own words. Okay, so we like just play another Tameo here, because why not? Yeah. Beating the bad guy is always fun. But I feel like they just I'm wondering what they have. If like cause they got Halflane and Urza Saga and all this stuff, but like what are you doing? Do you like have the Nadu and you're just afraid? It's like, don't be afraid of me, I'm harmless. There's nothing to be afraid of. Do I even attack here? I don't think I do. I'd rather block the construct. I am gonna fetch. Gonna get my mountain. Because everything we want to do involves colorless anyway. Yeah. I guess they're just waiting until they have Shuko in play. And they're just making a construct here. Do you have another Surveil land? No. Okay. They could also just, like, play two Nadus. That's a thing that could happen. Okay. You gonna play that Nadu? I think I just kill the Shuko here and block with Tameo, right? I just kill because I have subtlety, right? I think I just do that. I have subtlety and force. I kill the Shuko here because they work so hard to get it, right? It would be a crime if I didn't destroy it. Destroy target artifact, and I'll draw two. Because there might be other blue cards I want to pitch when they inevitably play Nadu here. I also just want to, like, draw a counterspell, is the thing. Block the constructs, so their Court of Callings are worse. Okay, the Summoner's Pact. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Sure. That resolves. You can be tapped out next turn. God, I love playing interactive Magic in this format, right? Ah, it's that simple, guys. You just 2-for-1 the Nadu deck into the dirt. Watch, now I'm gonna lose, right? Um, okay. So so we need to talk about the sideboard choices. So I was playing Pyroclasm to stop the energy decks, because those Ajani decks were beating the crap out of me. I think Sakura was also playing Pyroclasm in their builds. I'm not sure if they were doing it to kill like Springheart Nantuko and all those tokens. Either way, I feel like I should bring it in. Interaction? No! How could this have happened? Okay, cards I do want to bring in, because I haven't played against Nadu in like 10 leagues. Like, no joke. It's been a hot minute. Um but Pyroclasm kills all their tokens, Nantukos and Delighted Halflings. I'll pay 2 mana to kill a single Delighted Halfling at sorcery speed. I'll do it. Don't think I won't. I will. Um and I'm not super worried about Court of Calling, because I do a pretty good job of just like killing their dudes, right? So I'll bring out that force. It was nice having it as insurance during that game, but yeah, not really feeling it this game, at least on the draw. I think Murktide's probably too slow, but before I cut Murktide, I should talk about I want the Spell Snares and I want the Mystical Disputes. Um, I could bring in Dress Down as well, just as a way to like kill stuff. Oh yeah, Tamio is so good. Tamio is so good in these sort of matchups, right? Okay, that being said, I am gonna trim some preordains. I'm gonna keep Harbinger. Oh, I'm definitely taking out Invert Polarity. I do not care about like stealing their cruddy combo pieces. And probably bringing in Dress Down. I'll take out 1 Harbinger, 1 Murktide, and 1 Flame of Anor. Just keep my interaction suite nice and lean. Flame was very good, as we saw there, but like we are on the draw now, so this hand is really good if we draw 1 more land, which, considering we got 2 draws and a Surveil, I am kind of feeling that. And I don't think they're playing around Pyroclasm. Okay, there's Halfling. I'm gonna let Halfling resolve, because our game plan is just... This mosquito is bugging me.
There's a mosquito over here too.
Is our window like open?
No, it's not. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's up. I think I got it. Little bloodsucker. Okay, there's Wall of Roots. So they're looking to go wide so they can do Court of Calling stuff, right? There's Shuko. That's fine. Please play another Halfling. Oh no, they're just beating down with Shuko. Love it. Cards I want to draw. Just land, really. There we go. Okay, I think what I do, I play Tamio. They need more dudes for Court of Calling, right? Legendary uncounterable spells. Oh, is this the One Ring? How fun. Yeah. I forgot that some of these versions run the One Ring. Bless you, Hannah.
Thank you.
Bless you. Okay, the One Ring's gonna be an issue. There's no way it's not. Gonna bottom that. Okay, things I want to do. Kind of want to kill this halfling. I think we can operate off of 2 lands for a bit. Don't want to go shields down. There's not... I can't guarantee I'll draw a land off this clue. Like, if I was, like, preordaining and I knew that I was going to draw a land, maybe it'd be different. Let's see what happens. Obviously, the ring is scary, but, like... I'm not really too afraid of most of the stuff they're playing here. Like, they could play another Nantuko. Not another Nantuko. Oh my gosh, they are just giving me more shit to kill with Pyroclasm. I love it. Okay, another Wall of Roots. That's... That I'm actually going to Spell Snare. Okay. Let's see. How many artifacts do they have? They have enough. They have enough for it to be annoying. Yeah, those construct tokens gonna be annoying. Definitely gain rid of endurance there. That means they're not making a construct token. And eventually this ring will just kill them. Right? They're probably not making a construct token here because they want double spell. Just play more things that die to Pyroclasm, homie. Do it. Okay. Veil of Summer doesn't do anything there. We're getting kind of lucky, to be honest. I mean, we're still in a bad spot just because the ring draws so much stuff. Actually, now they can just combo off, right? Because I believe... No, they used a mana from Wall of Roots there, right? Nah. Maybe they didn't? No, they did. They did use a mana from Wall of Roots. Okay, they're gonna Endurance. That's fine. Yeah, that one ring was really good. Maybe we got greedy. Hey, Emmanuel, good to see you again. You top Ford? Wow, good job. Glad you liked the list. That's vindicating, honestly, because I wasn't too sure if I was just good with it or if it was a legitimately good list. Let's see. What do we want to do here? I guess all we can do is just wipe their board and hope they die to their own One Ring. Probably not going to happen. I feel honored you consider me a professional, because there are definitely lots of times where I do not feel like it. I'm not particularly good at deck building, but I do feel really good about this list. Okay, Sylvan, Safekeeper. And now they're going to combo off, which is a bit annoying, but they could always fizzle. And if they do fizzle, then Lightning Bolt should kill them. It's unlikely they're going to fizzle, but you never know. Oh my god, they might actually fizzle here. Yep. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Love to see it. They have one turn. I post so confidently on Twitter. I mean, I believe the things I say, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're true, right? Like, or at least that's how I feel about it, where it's like, I earnestly believe that this is one of the best control decks in the format, but not everybody shares my opinions. Blue Moon's been memed on for so long anyway, right? That, like, it's a bit discouraging. But here we are. Okay, Bolt you, hope for the best. They do have another One Ring, is the thing. They might just win at 1. Then again, to combo off, you know. Nah, they're probably gonna win, because they can just play a bunch of their creatures here, right? They'll play Nantuko. Yeah, and then they'll win from 1. While they're doing that, though, I am gonna go to the bathroom and get some water. If it lets me yield until next end step. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back, everybody. Are we dead yet? Okay, they got 16 cards left. Yeah, even if this deck no longer is the best deck in the format or whatever, which it probably still is the best deck, this is still miserable to play against, both for us and the opponent, so the sooner they ban it, the better, right? Man, look at all those bugs that would die to Pyroclasm if I could play it right now. I wish I could, like, tap my opponent's One Ring in response to them being, like, literally doing anything. It'd be so funny if they had like 3 cards left in their deck and it's like, hey, you should tap your One Ring. It's not gonna happen. We're dead here, but got him to 1 life when we were stuck on lands for the bulk of the game, and they resolved like a turn 3 One Ring, so feel pretty good about that. Yep, there's Thoracle, everyone's favorite. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Murktide's definitely too slow against them, and also just kind of like not needed. Especially if they're running all those endurances. Because they probably got like 3 endurances now, right? Like, let's be honest. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you run that? So with that, I think I'm going up a Flame of Anor and down a Pyroclasm. Just to kill endurance. We keep getting tempted with these 1-land hands. This is a skill testing moment, right? Because if they have Delighted Halfling, we need to both simultaneously find removal and a land, which is extremely unlikely. And if Delighted Halfling sticks, our hand is basically garbage. So I think that this is a mulligan. This hand is a lot better. And I think I'm shipping the Snapcaster Mage here. Not because it's bad, but because there's no guarantee we're going to hit our lands for a while, and we need to be able to make sure we can actually do stuff. Because they're probably playing a Halfling here. Oh, they're not? Okay. So we'll Surveil. Hopefully find a land. 2 1-landers in a row is really discouraging. Bottom Tameo. We need a land to play the game. Okay. Thankfully, they did not play a Delighted Halfling on turn 1, which is honestly so good for us. Okay, we're doing some surveilling. They're not stuck on lands. Okay, because they bend that Misty Rainforest. So their hand's pretty good. Ugh, that's so rough for us. That's so rough. If we draw Dress Down, that'll be good. I'm honestly fine just drawing another land, though. That I don't have any problem with. Never didn't have it. Yeah. Hopefully, they don't do much other than just make some constructs here, though. Because we can kill one of the constructs. Both of them if we draw Dress Down. Yo, Tameo, God draw. God draw. So good. They might go Endurance here. If they go Endurance, I'm just letting it hit. Honestly. I really would prefer if they just made a construct, though. Perfect. Okay. Now, we obviously have counter magic, so... Oh, they're just... They don't care. They just don't care. Okay. Is it Nantuko time? Or are you Veil of Summering? What a skillful play. Anyway. I hate that card. Man, I hate that card so much. Yeah, I was about to say, if they didn't play their land there, it would have been really, really strange. Okay, so we got 2 for 1 by the Veil of Summer there, which is not good, obviously. Just killing this now. Don't want their Court of Callings to be good. Okay, kind of on the back foot here. Wow, another Urza Saga. That's really annoying, honestly. At least now we have a Tameo, so we have a greater chance of drawing into our good spells. Yeah, Veil's rough. Now we got a good thing to pitch to Subtlety as well. This isn't impossible, right? Because we do have Flame of Anors, we do have Dress Downs. They clearly don't have Endurance. Yeah, Tameo's excellent. If we can get more spots where my opponent just isn't doing anything, which is kind of what's implied by them playing Urza Saga, is they're like, okay, you got counter magic, I'll just sit on my ass and make construct tokens. I'm honestly fine with that, because that means we have more breathing room to draw cards. And eventually we will draw our Dress Down, and things will be good. Okay. These constructs are going to be beefier than normal, though, just because this is the second go-around. Okay, let's start with a Preordain. I'll take a Vista. Play the Vista. Crack that. Okay, let me think. How big are these constructs going to be? 2, then 3, then 4? Can I afford to flip Tameo? I do think I can. Then they have to attack Tameo and make 2 constructs. Are you going to dismember? Are you dismembering my Tameo? That's precious. That is precious. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sure. That's basically a 2 for 1, right? Yeah. I appreciate them replicating it as if that was like ever something in any universe that I would ever want to counter. Okay, have to bolt that now because they will just make so many dudes that it won't matter. Okay, hopefully this is their last Urza Saga for a minute. What's screwed up is we can still lose this game. I would have really liked Dress Down here at like any point. Wow, they just don't have Nadu. Okay, 1 Flame of Anor and we're cooking. Or Dress Down, there we go. Okay. Okay, and now I feel pretty comfortable about this. what can they realistically have? Their counter magic is Veil of Summer, right? So that's not going to do anything. This will kill it on ETB. They could play the ring, right? Like, if they have the One Ring plus Veil of Summer. Oh my god. Opponent. You got Veil? Is that what this is? Do you have your second Veil of Summer? Yep. Cool. Okay, so no, we lose. We lose because Veil is a broken magic card. That's really annoying. I guess we should have just veiled. I guess we should just dress down earlier, right? Wait, what? Excuse me? You're getting endurance. Why? Literally, why? I guess so. But then they have a Nadu in play, right? Which is the whole point. You have a Nadu in play. Yeah, you don't do anything this turn. Is it just like, oh no, but my value though? It's like, endurance gives me value, so that's why I'll do it. You're not gonna outvalue me. I literally have a Tameo in play. I don't agree with that. Maybe if they, like, knew my hand was all Snapcaster mages. But, like... No, that's... I don't vibe with that. Yeah. Honestly, it probably was the correct play, and I just don't see it because I'm not a Nadu player. Do you have the third Veil of Summer? I had to read that for a moment. And I'm like, I know that also combos with Nadu, but I'm like, what's its power and toughness? This might actually be relevant. I'm just buying back Counterspell. Sit on my clue tokens. I think that is game. Cause like I just counter your there's no way you have 3 Veil of Summers, right? That is just not a thing. There's like 0 chance. I let this hit. Oh, they thought I didn't have a counter. Like that was their bait? No, I can bolt that. I can bolt that. Like yeah, this is over, right? This is a resilient deck, but it still just loses to interaction. Like we're a blue-red deck and we fought through 2 Veil of Summers. If that's not a sign of like how busted Tameo is, I don't know what is. We'll thin our deck so that it'll become a statistical impossibility for us to draw bad cards. Just keep sitting. Moto's getting a little slow, so I might take a small break and restart it after this. Okay. Gonna get rid of Delighted Halfling here. We still lose to Chord of Calling, is the thing. So I think I'm picking up this counter spell with Tameo. Like, at this point, we gotta start thinking of, like, what do we actually lose to? They put Halfling on the bottom, too, so, like... Are we out of Surveillance? We aren't. Bottom Lauren revealed. Pick up, counterspell. Just beat him to death with my 3/3. We don't even need to work towards ultimating Tamio, because they don't really have, like, a board presence. So I don't really see the point in upticking. We might actually get the 5-0 on stream, which would... Not gonna lie, that'd be sick. No point in being greedy here either. Because with Snapcaster Mage, they're not really gonna be able to double spell us. Just gotta play it close to the chest. And we have so few lands in our deck now that, like, basically everything we draw is gonna be gas. The key, we can still lose here. Like, we're one quarter call away from losing, but the key is to just be patient. And to not be scared of Nadu. That's the thing. 2 counter spells. I'll throw a bolt at them. They go to 5 here. I'll take my 3rd counter spell, thank you. And this is exactly the point you want to be at as a blue-red player. Just, I have way more interaction than you have threats. You cannot possibly win. Okay. What you doing, opponent? There's Nadu. Not even going... Yeah, okay. And that's how you beat Nadu, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. Tamio, very, very good against them. Because they can't block her. They can't block her. She draws an absurd amount of cards. Assuming that you just, like, counter enough of their, like, nonsense, like the Delighted Halflings and the Wall of Roots and stuff, and you keep hands that can interact in those early stages of the game, eventually you will outgrind them. For the record, 2 Urza Sagas, 2 Veil of Summers. Both great cards against the control decks. It is possible. That's all I'm saying. If anything, I would say we are favored here. Just because all of our 1-mana interaction lines up really well against them. And with that, I'm going to take a quick break. Going to go to the bathroom because I think we're on track to 5-0. I'm feeling this. You know, Nadu, you know, by all intents and purposes, statistically, right, should have been the run killer. It's not for us. Typically around, like, match 3 is where the dream dies, if it is going to die. So I'm kind of feeling this. I'm feeling this a little bit. But I'm not going to be able to get there if I don't take care of myself, so I will be right back. In the meantime, YouTube people, also Twitch people, if you haven't wishlisted my game, you should definitely do that while you're on break. Link in the description, link in Twitch chat if you're watching during Twitch. Okay, I think we're good. All right. We are back. And Hannah, I have a small favor to ask.
What is it?
Is it possible for you to get me an ice water?
I have a cat on top of me.
You have a cat on top of you? Okay, never mind. Okay, I will actually be right back again. I forgot to get myself some water. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. Very good hand, though. If they do not have removal for Tamio, we are off to the races. Oh, it's not only Tron, but they had the Dismember. Oh, that's so savage. I mean, yeah, because we're probably not getting to turn 4 before they do some nonsense. That hurts my bones. Okay, we might get to turn 4. Gonna keep that preordain. Gonna look for something. That'll do. That'll do. I will tap out. Get that invert polarity in my hand. Get that flame of Anor in my hand. Okay. Hey Mopa! Yeah. No, it's on Twitter. It's on Twitter. For sure. We're 3-0 currently, and the deck's never been better. Okay, they play Ugin's Labyrinth. And they put all his dust under it. Okay. We got invert polarity. We got Flame of Anor if they don't do anything. Still might not be good enough. You know, this is Tron, after all. If there's one thing they like to do, it's, oh my goodness, they don't have another land. I'm actually not going to do anything because they likely have Kozilek's command. And I really want to counter that. If they don't do anything after this turn, that tells me they don't have Kozilek's command. Yeah, there's no way they're not going to fire this off on our instep to try and, like, fix their draw. Oh, if you're looking to play Modern again, this deck's really good now. Let's see if we can steal it. Our god is an awesome god. Holy crap. Give me them scions, boy. I'll bottom that. Put Prismatic in my hand. What you doing now? Is it Thought Not Seer? Oh, it's the One Ring. Damn it! That's like the one thing we couldn't deal with. Okay. Well, hopefully they don't draw land here. Ah! Okay. That's rough. Well, now we got a game. Okay. With the One Ring, there is a non-zero chance we can just beat them to death. With subtlety. What you doing here? Because they're gonna be doing Stinky Tron things next turn. I'm almost certain of it. Yeah, you draw your 2 cards. They're effectively at 15. No, 13. Okay, they're gonna crack there. Get another Tron land. Because they probably drew one of them, right? Yep, there's Tower. Is it Stinky Tron time? Chalice of the Void. Do I care? Let's see how much I care. Oh, Flame of Anor. Tell me how much I care about Chalice on 2. I care a little. I care a little, right? Yeah, I care a little. And I don't think I subtlety here either. Because tomorrow. Pyroclasm is exclusively for, like, the energy decks. Because they're like, look at all my little dudes that 2-for-1 when they enter. And just, like, any small creature deck. That's mostly what it's for. I'll tell you more as soon as we survive this turn. Which hopefully we do. No guarantees. Because they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. They have 13 mana. So they're 1 away from, like, Emrakul the Eon's Torn. Which is scary. It's really scary. Okay, there's Karn. Part of me wants to steal that, but I know it's bait. And we got Discharge for it. Yeah, your Karn resolves. Really? Is it gonna get anything scarier than what's probably already in your hand? No. No, it's not. Like, where are you gonna get? Like a Tormod's Crypt? Yeah, that would be kind of bad. But, like, realistically, what are you getting that's worse for me than what you're already drawing off the One Ring? Yeah. I could have tried to steal it to shut off the One Ring, but, like... Let's see. Yeah, I could just Flame of Anor that. Did they get Trinisphere with that? Yeah, they got Trinisphere. That's not a concern of mine. Do I even blow this up? Nah, I don't think I do. I'd rather just, like, hit him for 3. I feel like this hurts them more than it hurts me in some ways. Because they can't, like, Expedition map as well. If they got Kozilek's command, this is annoying. But if they got Dismember, that's fine. You Dismembering? Because you gotta pay the full 3 for that. You love to see it. Okay, now they're just one Bolt Snap Bolt away from crushing defeat. Not only that, but they gotta, like... They gotta get rid of the One Ring. Right? Because if they don't get rid of the One Ring, they're just dead. They're probably drawing, like, All Is Dust and stuff like that. Yeah. They sure loved their Dismembers. Like... Okay, if they don't play a One Ring, I don't care. Karn liberated. Sure. Okay. Get rid of Flame of Anor. Is that all you got, bud? Like... Because they played their land, right? Yeah, they played Urza's Tower. Like... Okay, I have to pay 3 mana. So I am going to Surveil. Not keeping Snapcaster Mage. I'm looking for Lightning Bolt. Because if they got Kozilek's command, that's, of course, really bad. But I feel like they don't have it. I feel like their hand's just, like, full of lands and, like... Are you serious? Are you actually serious? They totally had it. Man. Oh well. They still might screw up, is the thing. It's not completely impossible that they still screw up. Yeah, that Kozilek's command was pretty good. Hate it. Hate to see it. What if they choose to restart the game with Karn liberated? That'd be funny. Sowing Myco Spawn? I don't care. I hate mushrooms. You can have that one. Okay. Kinda need Lightning Bolt here. Talisman of Resilience, sure. See, this is the kind of junk that I, like, thought would be in their hand. At 4 mana, there's not much they can play here that I'm afraid of. But with Karn, they could get Chalice. And that, like, completely shuts down any options we have. we're only gonna get one more hit in with subtlety, right? Thankfully, they can't Kozilek's command here. Give me lightning bolt. Well, no lightning bolt. But maybe we can force them to restart the game. Which would be, again, really funny. Stinks the ring gave him protection. Because we could have, like, powered through that Kozilek's command otherwise. Okay, so clearly you down tick to restart the game. No, okay. So they need a way to kill subtlety. They have this all is dust under their thing. Yep. Surely you just like, yeah, you all is dust here, then you get Chalice of the Void with Chalice on 1. Then you restart the game with Karn liberated, right? Eh? No. Breaker of Creation. Okay. That will eventually kill me. There's Chalice. They're gonna Chalice here. Okay. Life is not looking good for us. And there's Lightning Bolt. They literally played perfectly. Damn. Okay. Yeah, that was the perfect play from them, honestly. Alas. Okay. Gets a lot better for us after this, though. Especially if they're just traditional Tron. Because traditional Modern Horizons 3 Tron, right? We bring in all of our consigns, all of our forces, and take out Stern Scolding, take out Discharge. I'm gonna leave in 2 lightning bolts, pretty sure. Actually, let's leave in 3. Let's leave in 3. I'm not gonna keep spell snaring. It's a horrible top deck. And Consign just does the same thing it does by countering the Talisman. Right? Okay. Let's see if we can beat Tron. We're gonna have to play very well here. Hand looks really good. I'll keep this. Oh, you don't do deck list, man? You do deck. Okay, with 2 Devourers, there's no way they're not going, like, Ugin's Labyrinth into a Talisman, right? So I'm just gonna hold up Consign. Okay, and they get rid of a bunch of their they got rid of their forest and their waste. Which is really funny. Because, like, if we hit them with the Blue Moon... God, it's like I know. It's like I know. Oh, man. Hopefully they don't have another Ugin's Labyrinth, because if they do, that is very bad for us. Because we're drawing lands. I will keep like that. Okay, don't have another Ugin's Labyrinth, please. You can have, like, literally any other land. Okay, good. Trinisphere I'm fine with. And Dismember. Cool. They got rid of their forest, though, and they got rid of their waste. So we're likely not getting hit by Sowing Myco spawn. Which is fine by me. I really hope they just, like, jam a One Ring here. Nope, there's the green mana for Myco spawn. Cool. Man, they are really Dismember happy, aren't they? Opponent loves their Dismembers. There's Consign. That is good. Probably gonna fetch a mountain here. Wow, and nothing. Okay, I guess if that's not happening... I'm gonna get a Surveil land. Okay, things to do. Definitely gonna invert polarity, a Kozilek's command if they play it. Nope. Okay. There's Urza's tower. Do I just start beating? I think I do. More time I give them, the less good it is for me. Worst case, this gets either Kozilek's command or Dismember out of their hand. Oh, Murktide Regent. Love it. Okay, let's think. Here's Dismember. Get rid of Preordain, Consign, Subtlety, and Tameo. And a land. Behold, my 5/5. What now? Do you have the third Dismember opponent? Okay. They're gonna go for the One Ring here. Okay, I'm gonna try and invert polarity here. They likely have Veil of Summer. They don't! We steal the One Ring. Okay. What are you doing? Man, okay. They chose Artifact. Why? Like, yeah, card draw is important, but that's not how we're winning this. We're winning by beating you to death with this Murktide Regent. That's how we win. Okay. Enjoy your islands. Yeah, it felt pretty good. Not gonna lie. Okay, cool. I mean, anyone can beat Tron on the play, right? The real challenge comes next. Because their deck is a lot more consistent now. Okay, let's think. Do we actually change anything? I don't think so. I think the lightning bolts are still good, just because they're hurting themselves so much with these dismembers. Like, we're able to tempo them out pretty well. This hand's not good. Mulliganing that. This hand's a little better. Gonna bottom a land. See if I regret that. Wow, no Devourer. So they just have Natty Tron? Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe we can slow him down. Here's Tamio. Please spend a turn dismembering this. If they had Devourer, they would have revealed it. Right? So they probably don't have a lot of easy ways. Oh my gosh. Every game. Every single game. Oh my gosh. They really don't want Tamio to live. Hopefully the rest of their hand's just not good. Because they're at effectively 10. But they don't make themselves lose life a lot. Yeah, this is tricky. I don't want to see Sowing Myco spawn here. That is like the card I am most afraid of. I also don't want to see Kozilek's command, so I'm not going to Lightning Bolt. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna graveyard that. If they don't know about the bolts, there is a chance they will play a bit more aggressively with their life total. There's Urza's tower. Here's the mushroom. No? No, just regular Karn. I mean, that's preferable. Because that doesn't generate value when it enters. So they're repping Dismember. We have Counterspell. Love it. Okay. Thinking. Okay, there's nothing we need to do on their upkeep. This is important. How we play here will determine the rest of the game. If they Dismember here, that puts them to 12. Which after 2 Lightning Bolts puts them to 6. They have their Tron land. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. That's very, very bad. That's very, very not good. Okay, so they're likely putting Karn back in their hand. Then they're going to be like, look at me, I'm Karn. If they do that, that tells me they got like nothing else going on though, which is great. Is it Karn time? It's regular Karn. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta do this here. If they didn't play a land last turn, I believe. No, they played Urza's Tower, so they could have another Urza's land. Okay, but do you have something to put under it? No. 5. Okay, no, they just have it anyway. If they downtick, we might be good. If they uptick, not so much. Yep. Think the game's over. Seems like he's watching the stream. Maybe. I doubt it. I doubt it. Can always check. Some people are just that good. It's the thing. Yeah, it's not watching the stream. Unless they have a different name. It's fine. Let's think about what we want to do here. Probably just want to attack my opponent. Because I'm not going to be able to beat my way through a Karn. I have to make them misplay. Like, that's the only way. The only way I can win is if they misplay. Yeah. Yep. There we go. It's unfortunate. They had Dismember for Artamio literally every game. She's like easily the best card that we have for this matchup, so... What can we draw here? We can draw... Because they're gonna get Ensnaring Bridge, because there's no way they don't. We could draw Flame of Anor. Could draw Flame of Anor. That would be good. Yeah, Bridge is beatable. Just gotta draw well enough. Woo! Could have played it out. Don't care. Well, Dream's dead. I feel like we played that really well, to be honest. They just drew extremely well. Maybe we could have, like, pressured them a bit earlier with one of the subtleties. That might have been it. I was worried about Kozilek's command. Yep. Yep, Tron did Tron things. Flame of Anor would have been really nice. Alas. Liquid metal coating. Okay, that's just rude. That's just rude. I'm not going to waste you guys' time anymore. We will 3-1 and move on with our lives. Good job, opponents. Played very well. But, man, did that hurt. That hurt my spirit. Guess we should have raced them a bit better. Maybe it was a bit too much for me to subtlety the Karn. Nah, I don't think there's nothing I could have done. Like, I'm going back over the game in my head. I definitely could have been more aggressive, but I feel like that wouldn't have been smart if they had, like, Kozilek's command. Like, I didn't want to play into it. I think there was a point where I could have deployed a subtlety and they wouldn't have had enough mana to K command. I also could have just let Tiny Karn resolve under the assumption that they had another land for Big Karn. Because Tiny Karn's beatable. Big Karn was not. Big Karn was impossible for us to beat. So that's... Maybe I could have done that differently. I was being a bit too defensive, I think, during that game. Could have jammed a bit more. There's a million things that could have been done different. All I can do is just, like, take things a bit slower. I am also streaming, right? So, like, that's different than when I'm just, like, playing alone. So maybe I just need to like slow my roll a little bit. Things would have been okay. You okay, Hannah?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some food.
Oh, okay. How'd you get the cat off your belly?
I don't know. Brute force.
Okay. This hand's great. We got interaction. We got a Tamio to play. Good old removal check. It does stink that we're on the draw. Oh, Amulet Titan. Okay. Haven't seen this in a while either. Maybe it's not Amulet Titan. It could just be another deck running Colony Garden. Feel like it's Amulet Titan, though. Which, if that's the case, this Tamio is going to be very good. Yeah, because I, like, had the answer for Big Tron. Big Karn. But I'm like, gotta hope they don't have a land. And just go for it here. Because they were playing like they weren't drawing lands for like a big chunk of the game anyway. So. Oh, I get it. I get it. You're actually Nadu. Surprise! It was a Nadu deck all along. Or maybe it's Amulet Titan. Or maybe it's Amulet Titan running Nadu. Ah? Now we're cooking, right? I will gladly spend 2 bolts to kill that thing. Okay. If it's Nadu, we kill it with Flame of Anor. If it's Dryad, we kill it with Flame of Anor. So go ahead. Play your turn 3 thing, friend. Oh. If it's Nantuko, we kill it with Flame of Anor. Do I? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do. Because we're winning this game with Tamio flipping, right? Yeah, I think I do that. Okay, they put it on the bottom, which tells me they don't have Nadu, right? Like, we're not going to race Nadu. We must simply grind them into nothing. Are you going to Endurance? Oh, they're thinking about it. So their hand is green card and Endurance. Basically, right? Because that pause there, they're like wondering, like, ooh, what if they have another Murktide? Then they're like, yeah, it's not worth it. Oh, did we not play a land? No, we played a land. Okay, opponent. Malevolent Rumble. Okay, so they're playing the Shifting Woodland version, right? As fine by me. Here's Urza's Saga. Gonna try and go wide. Here's Nantuko. Let me think. This is tricky, right? Because, like, the more they go wide, the better Chord of Calling is. But I also, like, don't think that I can outvalue the Urza Saga, right? Like, this depends on what we draw. Right now they hit Tamiyo for 1. I could cash in the Tamiyo to, like, Lightning Bolt, the insect token. Yeah, this is why I think Jeskai is so good against this deck. It's because Wrath the Skies just deals with this board state so cleanly. I think I just uptick and crack these clues. Honestly. Force them to continue attacking Tamiyo. We're not going to have a problem with land drops. We need spells. Like, Snapcaster Flame of Anor can potentially deal with the upcoming board state. They're never paying 2 to, what's it called? Yeah, they're never paying 2. Okay, so they played this Grazer so that they can Chord of Calling, right? And because that way they'll be able to get Shuko, because they're not attacking here. Yeah, they're not attacking here. Yeah. Their last card is Chord. Which means they're not making a construct, which I definitely dig. I would honestly rather them play Nadu than make a construct here. Because they don't have Shifting Woodland. Okay, now they're gonna go for it, right? Oh my god, if they don't go for it here, I can potentially invert polarity to get Magus. Okay, opponent. Okay, we're passing. Uptick. Will you Chord of Calling? Will you play the game, or will the game play you? Guys, if we win this invert polarity, can someone clip it? Because, like, that would be really funny. They're afraid. They're afraid. Oh, they didn't even make a thing. Why are you afraid, opponent? What are you afraid of? I'm not afraid anymore. You hear that? I'm not afraid anymore. Am I the villain for picking on poor Nadu? Oh, man. Come on, man. What you doing? What's the worst that can happen? The worst she can say is no, right? The worst she can say is no. Oh, man, they are deep in it. Also, we have 17 people watching. Hello, everybody. Happy to have you here. I just noticed we had that many people watching. If you guys like what I do, make sure to follow. It helps. And to wishlist my game. It helps a lot. There's the thing. If I win this coin flip, will people wishlist my game? Is that how that works? Oh no, dude, don't pay me money on Twitch. Just wishlist Siren's Call and like tell people about it. Rats, I lost the flip. Yeah, no, never give me Twitch money. Just tell people about my game because that's like my actual passion project. Like y'all think I like magic? Nah. Freaking game development. That is my life. Okay. Let's take a look. Ooh, okay. And now I think the game's basically over. Because we can discharge this insect. And we got Sink into Stupor for Nadu, if they play a Nadu. We got Spell Snare to deal with like any of their 2-drops. They can't realistically attack. It would have been funny if we won that flip, but alas, we did not. Might 4-1 though. Like, I feel pretty good playing against Nadu. Okay, they're gonna Shuko, but like, it doesn't matter, because we just -7 Tameo and then we win the game. Because again, the whole thing with Blue Moon is like you need to have more interaction than your opponents have threats. And drawing half the cards in your library basically is just like, no, you literally can't win anymore. Because like some of those are even free spells. So even if we're like kind of choked on mana, it like doesn't matter. It really stinks that we made a deck that's so good against Nadu when it's just gonna get banned. I'm just gonna Island Cycle here, because there's no reason not to. Okay. Are they gonna chord for something? They're gonna chord for, like, Nadu, right? Because they can still technically chord for Nadu here. Alright. Draw a ton of cards. Wow, look at that. Thank you, opponent. It's over. Okay. Second verse, same as the first. Pyroclasm. Take out Force. Take out Invert Polarity. Because again, as funny as it is, I think it's just better to not worry about stealing their dorky little dudes. Take out one Harbinger, even though they didn't see it. Take out Murktide. Take out... one preordain. Because I'd rather be holding up interaction on turn 1, if I can. And I think you can't race Nadu. You have to make it statistically impossible for them to win, right? That's kind of where people slip up. They're like, well, I can just race Nadu. And it's like, not unless you're Ruby Storm. And then they beat you games 2 and 3. It's like, you have to make sure that they just have less cards in their hand than you. And, like, their dorky little dudes aren't doing anything to, like, threatening your life total. Once you answer, like, Springheart and Antuco, and, like, you're drawing cards, it's really hard for them to win. And all of this is going to be outdated information in, like, a month. Which is sad. I guess it's not sad, because everyone else's play experience gets a lot better. Feeling good about this. Feeling like we're gonna 4-1. Which will be nice. No, it's no 5-0. But again, I'm not really doing the trophy race thing. It's nice to have more trophies, but you know. Again, it's kind of like marriage, way up here, day job, Siren's Call, magic. Right? If we win, we win. But I am going to make myself some dinner after this. Aw, thanks, Hannah. Love you. But yeah, hopefully... Oh, I guess I should bring in Mystical Dispute as well. Whoops. Damn, this hand's good. Ah, this hand's so good. Look at this. Look at this removal for Delighted Halfling. Keep. And we even get a preordain. You love to see it. Okay, do I preordain here? Nah. Nah, because we could draw a counterspell. And then we have to spend mana bolting whatever horrible thing they play, like, next turn. And I don't even know what I'm looking for, is the thing with this preordain. I typically try not to, like, fire it off if I'm like, I don't even know, like, what I would specifically want. Just, like, generically good interaction, but maybe they play something that just, like, makes my preordain bad. Like, who knows? Okay, there's Malevolent Rumble. Corticalling Urza Saga. Sun Cleanser? Oh. That's not as good against me as you think. I know I have 2 discharges in my hand, but... Oh, friend, no. No, you don't do that. Yeah, it's not a good look. Definitely killing the plant token, because they can sack the spawn token, and then I can't kill the sun cleanser, which, while not super annoying, it does have 4 toughness. Have you thought about multi-streaming to YouTube also? I don't know how to multi-stream. If I could do that, I might need to look into that. That'd be handy. Does that, like, take up more power from my computer? I assume it does. I'll look into multi-streaming later tonight. So, yeah, I guess I haven't thought about it. Probably should do it though, right?
More people know about YouTube.
More people know about YouTube. Yeah, that's fair. I think I think it's funny because like at this point the YouTube channel's mostly people who like know my visual novel stuff. So they'll be like, what the heck? Why's the magic guy streaming? No, why's the visual novel developer streaming magic? And all the magic people will be like, what the heck? Why's the magic guy streaming visual novels? And it's like, I can like more than one thing. I'll figure out how to do it though. I think that'd be a good idea. I just stream so little, is the thing. It's hard to find the time. My opponent is doing nothing. You okay, bud? Okay. Okay, let's start with the preordain. I do like Snapcaster Mage because it does. Yeah, I do like Snapcaster Mage because it does turn on Flame. Yeah, I wonder what he's in the tank about though, because like, what are you gonna do off this small amount of mana? Okay, there's Hedge Maze. Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. I think that's fine. That is fine by me. That means you are not making a construct token this turn. And either the Safekeeper is going to die or they're going to lose all their lands, and it will be very good for us. Yep. It is time, opponents. Pop this. Will it gain Shroud? They sack a land. That is fine. I will now attempt to do it again. Eventually, they'll be like, don't think I can afford to sack any more lands. That is eventually what will happen. Because they don't got enough mana to core to calling. Don't got enough green pips. Are you gonna endurance? Because that'd be really funny. I like how subtlety is the perfect answer to like all the other pitch elementals. It's like, what's our safety valve for the pitch elementals? Another pitch elemental. Genius. Okay. If they want to make a construct token, they're gonna have to sacrifice the Eldrazi spawn, which Flame of an Orb will cleanly answer that. And from the looks of it, they don't really have white mana for Sun Cleanser, so that card's just kind of rotting. Oh, are they just going for Nadu here? Well, that That bites. And they probably have a land here, right? So we might not be drawing cards with this Flame of Anor. Yeah. We're probably just killing Dryad Arbor and Shuko. Because we could have subtlety that because it was technically played as an enchantment. Right? Or do we just kill the Dryad Arbor? And draw 2 cards. I guess it depends on what we draw, right? Because I'm definitely blowing up this land. Like, straight up. Like, you cannot stop me. It will happen. I see a land and I blow it up. Yeah, I think the way we win is by drawing more cards than them. Right? That's how we win. So I'm going to do this. And I guess I just pass after that. Because I might want to spell snare something. Specifically if they play another Spring Heart. Because if we can get to 4, like if we can get to 4, then we can start subtleting their Nadus into the dirt. Spring Leaf Drum. Okay. Sure. That tells me they don't have another land. So their hand is like Sun Cleanser and 3 unknowns. And I highly doubt one of them is a land. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing this. Although it could be a land, right? Because that way they go like... They might sack the spawn, tap a token, play Sun Cleanser, thinking it'll do something. Can they chord here? 1, 2, 3. No. No, they can't. Not realistically. Okay, I'm just gonna bolt this. Great. Okay. Token's dead. And we got subtlety. So their Nadu plan's basically offline. They don't have enough creatures to reliably cast Chord of Calling. My green screen keeps messing up. Just gonna fetch now. Don't want to be caught with my pants down. I'm not attacking. There's no point. There's no point in attacking here, I feel. They don't have a land, but, like... I'd rather keep Snapcaster Mage alive so that I can do, like, Flame of Anor shenanigans. Right? And if we are winning this race, it's gonna be in the air. Yeah, my green screen is broken and I have no idea how to fix it. 1 second, everybody.
Oh, it's connected. It's like on the phone. There we go.
Yeah. Yep, I see it. Okay. So they got this Colony Garden. That's honestly kind of an issue for us, because now they have enough dudes where they can, like, reliably cord. Because they got one, two, three, four, five. Yeah. There's no point in them attacking here either. And they can, like, cord for endurance as well. Yeah, we gotta start racing them now. That Colony Garden was a really good draw for them. It's probably exactly what they needed. So their hand's Sun Cleanser. We can just assume cord. And 2 unknowns. I'd really like Pyroclasm here. I feel like that'd be pretty good. Lightning Bolt's good too. Because we can go Bolt, Nantuko. And now they have to... Now they have to cord, right? And they can only cord for 2, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swan Song. Yikes! That's really bad for us. Now I think I do try and trade Snapcaster Mage. Because... Yeah, that's really bad for us. And if they're smart, they will... Yep, not blocking there. Cool beans. Okay. Looks like we're going to a game 3. Unless they tap their mana for something. But they're playing perfectly, is the thing. Yeah, they're playing really perfect here. Because who's to say that we don't have, like, Counterspell there? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Playing kind of perfectly. It's a little annoying. Still, I'm going to make him play it out because... Honestly... We're like, I know this is scummy. Yeah. I was about to say, like... We're like 10 minutes ahead of them, and I don't think that's an accident. Like... So I'm just going to let them play it out. Really. It is weird they conceded while they were comboing off, right? Maybe they just knew that they were out of time. But anyway, beat Nadu. Probably would have beat them game 3 anyway. That was weird, though. It was really weird. Deck's really good, though. 4-1. Only lost to Tron. And honestly, I could have played a lot better versus Tron during that game. So, Blue Moon, it's back. It's really good. You want a deck that can beat Nadu before it gets banned? This is definitely one of the options that you have if you like playing control decks. Not sure if it's better than Jeskai against Nadu. They're definitely not prepared for it because they got like Sun Cleanser for the Jeskai decks, which will like theoretically just shut down Wrath of Skies and all that. Don't really know what they have against blue-red. Just straight up blue-red. Like, we saw them bring in Sun Cleanser, which looks really bad against our 3 Galvanic Discharges instead of, like, a complete energy package. Things that you could theoretically change. Maybe some number of Tails End in the sideboard, just because there's a lot of legendary creatures running around. Feel like Consigned to Memory is just better. And as we saw with Tron, you kind of need all the help you can get. Um, Maybe add more Tron hate in the sideboard, but I've been liking how this is constructed, to be honest. Um, no real complaints about it. Deck's good. I've enjoyed grinding with it. And if y'all have any questions about the deck, feel free to ask me down below in the comments. This will probably be what I'm streaming going forward just because it's my comfort zone. Plays very, very well. Tameo's super fun to play, as is Flame of Anor and Invert Polarity. Uh, yeah, and my biggest piece of advice is just don't get cute with the lists. Maybe you can take out like one or two cards from the sideboard and swap them out, but blue-red control becomes pretty unplayable if the list is even like a bit off mathematically, because unlike literally every other deck in the format, we don't have a just I win the game button, right? We don't have Flage, we don't have a game-ending combo. It's funny. It's funny. They banned Splinter Twin, and now every other deck, every other color combo gets like a game-winning combo except for blue-red. It's so weird. It's so weird how that works out. Um, Combo control died for Splinter Twin sins, and like I don't know. If I was going to tweak this deck, I wouldn't tweak it. I would want like a completely different build with just like a game-winning like I win the game button. But I don't foresee that happening. Maybe somebody a lot smarter than me could brew something up. But yeah, that's it for moi. We're coming in at about 3 hours for this stream. And I've appreciated y'all being here. It was a lot of fun. YouTube people, hello. Don't forget to follow. Please wishlist my game. If you support what I am doing here at all, just even if you don't like visual novels or don't go on Steam or have no intentions of buying it, wishlist it anyway, because that tells Steam, hey, people give a damn about what this guy is doing. And if you do like visual novels, you are definitely in for a treat, because the early reviews have been coming out, and it's up there. It's up there. Let's just say that. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Y'all have a lovely day. Take care.